All right, well, welcome back into Studio 10. As we mentioned, today is a very special Wednesday, and that's because it marks the American Red Cross's Day of Giving. And that's why joining me right now is the Executive Director of the Mid-Michigan chapter of Red Cross, Judy Harris. Welcome into Studio 10.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on this special day.
Yes, you are. So I wear the red, you also wear red, and you have the special pin too.
Yes.
Yes, so it's perfect because, of course, it is the Day of Giving. So tell us a little bit about what makes this day so special.
Okay, so this day was established about 80 years ago when President Franklin Roosevelt gave a proclamation that March would be Red Cross Month. And every president every year since has also declared March as Red Cross Month. And this year as well, our mayor, Andy Shore, did the same thing. So we're very proud of that.
Yes, the tradition goes on, and it's also all about, giving and how you can help. And, I know you've been with this chapter since November. Has there been an experience or moment where it's really affirmed you, like, this is a great organization, I love what's going on here? You see that giving every day.
I think that the best memory for me so far, I know I'll have many more as long
this is
as
just
I'm
the
there.
beginning.
But the best one so far was after a house fire, a very large house fire. I was with some of the volunteers, and there was a woman, and they were doing an assessment with her and getting ready to provide services, and she started crying, and one of my volunteers just put her hand on her shoulder and said, "Don't worry, the Red Cross is here for you." And that just really touched me and made me realize this is what we're here for. We're here to comfort people and make sure that they have resources and help them after a terrible event like this.
Yeah, oh my, that gave me goosebumps, but in the best of way. Yes, and it's incredible too, because you guys help people right in our backyard. So of course, how can the community help you? Help your mission, and to talk a little bit about your mission.
So there's three big areas of our services. The first are blood services, and blood is very, very important. Every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood, and so that's very important that we maintain a blood bank so that we can be serving people in their need, right?
Yeah.
1 in 7 people who goes into the hospital is going to need a blood transfusion. So giving blood is an easy thing to do, and anybody can do it. Only 3% of Americans ever do, which that's very low. And so we need to raise that up and always give blood. The second thing is volunteering. So volunteers provide so many services. They're such admirable people, and they enjoy what they do. And I've talked to some of our volunteers, and they say they really love that they have the honor of being with somebody on probably is what the worst day of their life, and that they're able to help them and be there for them is something that they really appreciate. So we look for volunteers, and there's lots of different things people can do as volunteers. And then of course, providing financial support.
Yes.
We need financial support more than ever. Disasters are bigger and more frequent and more costly than they ever have been, and this keeps growing. And so we're always trying to build and make sure that we have the resources to continue to respond to disasters.
Yeah, so important. So yeah, 3 big ways that anyone at home can sign up for, of course, or begin donating. So especially on this Day of Giving. So what's the best way that our viewers at home can help with that?
So if you go to redcross.org, you'll see all different ways that you can give. And the other one that I didn't mention is training services.
Oh, yes.
So getting trained in CPR and first aid, we have a goal, and aquatics, of course, to prevent drownings. But we have a goal, if every one person in every household was trained in first aid and CPR, wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
That would save so many lives.
Yes, so there you go. It just starts by going online and signing up for at least one of those things, if not all.
Exactly.
You made it so easy. So thank you so much for sharing, and we wish you best of luck, of course, on this Day of Giving, and of course, just go right online and pick one of those options. So thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yes, and coming up on Studio 10, we're going to be checking in with Rochelle, who's at Flex City Fitness, as we continue our Work It Out Wednesday. They're going to be doing some